morning, everybody. Okay, so let me start our today's lecture. Probably yesterday we are discussing about FIR realization, and we have seen three different classes of realization. One is direct form, then second one is cascade, and the third one is linear phase or minimum phase multiplier based realization. And kindly tell me whether my slides and audio is clear. Today, who are all present in the class, please provide it in the chat window. Okay, whether the slides and the audio is clear. Okay, then yesterday I have given a homework problem also. Do you have any doubts in that particular problems? Maybe if you have solved it, because it's again a minimum multiplier based problem, and I hope that it is a straight away easier problem to solve. Anyway, if you have solved it, fine. If you have not solved, try to solve it, and if you have doubts, please ask me again. And today we are hoping to discuss about the other system. Yesterday I said the discrete time systems probably are based on their impulse response. They are classified into two major classifications. One is IAR system and the other one is FIR system. If you have a finite impulse response, then you call it as a FIR system. And if it is an infinite impulse response, then you call it as an IAR system. And FIR system we have discussed yesterday. The characters also we have discussed. It's a non-recursive system. It depends only on the input part, not any of the output sample or is depend actually. The present output is depending only on the present and past inputs only. That is the FIR system. And it does not has any poles. It has only zeros. So we call that as a non-recursive system. Okay, so we have seen that. And today whatever we are going to see is IAR system. And IAR system we can see it is governed by the difference equation provided as y of n is equal to minus summation m is equal to 1 to capital N am y of n minus m plus summation m is equal to 0 to m bm x of n minus m. You can see both input and output related functions are present there. You can see that if you take Z transform for equation number 1 in this slide, you will get your equation number 2, which is your transfer function. It has a numerator polynomial and it has a denominator polynomial, which provides you an idea about that. It has both poles and as well as zeros. Since you have a numerator polynomial, you will get zeros. Since you have a denominator polynomial, possibly you will get a different poles actually. And you can see that the order of the two polynomials is provided by the variables m and n, where m provides the number of zeros and capital N provides the number of poles. And obviously for a system to be realizable, your numerator polynomial should be having lesser order than the denominator polynomial. That is, capital N should be less than equal to capital N. Okay, the denominator polynomial should be higher on order. Okay, that we already know. Otherwise, your system will not be realizable. You will face a causal issue. Okay, you will face a causal issue. Okay, so okay, right. So that is one point. Number two, since it is depending on the past output also, so you will have some y of n minus terms there. So obviously, what happens? It is recursive. So because it is depending on the output, present past outputs also, it is called as a recursive system. People may ask you what is the difference between IAR and FIR. Okay, you should be able to classify that. That is why I am stressing the points now. The equations, poles and zeros, the transfer function type, they are recursive in nature, the character of that system, everything I am discussing now. So it is called as a recursive system because it is depending upon past output. The present output depends on past output as well as the present and past inputs also. So we call that as a recursive system. Recursive in the sense it has a feedback. That is, we will take signals from the output and we will again take that signals inside the system, which may be combined with the input as a comparison or may be utilized for further processing. Right. And regarding the structures available for realization in IIR, we have 4 types of structures: direct form 1, form 2, cascade and parallel. We have 4 types, out of which direct form 1 is very simple. You get your transfer function and you realize that as it is. We are not changing any of that variables inside it, no introduction of any dummy variables. We realize that system, okay, based on the provided equation, right? That is direct form 1. Direct form 2, we do some manipulation in such a way that the number of block elements comparatively with the direct form 1 will be minimized in direct form 2. Okay, the number of delay elements probably will be minimized. We will see the structure, you will understand what is happening there. And cascade already I have discussed. Cascade in the sense you divide your, you segregate your entire system into subsystems, and probably each subsystem is connected in cascade, that is in series. If H of Z is there, you will have H1, H2, H3, etc. Each H1, H2, H3 will be connected in series. And the input is going to be X of Z, output is going to be Y of Z. That is not going to change. Okay. And parallel in the sense, you will get that same H1, H2, H3, but they will be connected in parallel. That is, same input is provided to all the blocks. And combine all the outputs to get the total output. Okay, that is what you call it as parallel realization. Okay, parallel realization. And keep that in mind that for cascade and parallel realization, each subsystems will be realized using direct form 2. Why? Because it is using minimum block elements. Because it is using minimum block elements, okay, we are using this direct form 2 to realize each subsystems in cascade as well as parallel system. Okay, so this is what there in your first slide. Any doubts? Any doubts there? Any doubts there? In particularly with respect to the first slide. Any doubts here? Hello, people in the class can respond whether you have a doubt or not. That is what again. I want everybody to respond with an yes or a no. Okay, at least. If you have a doubt, please respond with an yes and tell me what your doubt is. If you are not having any doubt, please put a no there so that I can proceed with to the next slide possibly. Make it fast. So only 2 students are there to respond and help me, right? So I will try to go for the next slide where I will talk about what you call it as direct form 1. So in the previous slide itself, we have discussed about this equation A, right? So I cross multiply those equations, so I will get Y of Z term separately and X of Z term separately. I will keep Y of Z alone and I will take the remaining Z inverse into Y of Z, etc. and all to the next slide. So I will get it like the terms which are involved with X of Z minus the terms involved with Y of Z. Okay. Now you see that this Y of Z is the output and X of Z is the input. This Y of Z is depending upon both input as well as the output. You can see the diagram. These B0, B1, Bm. These are all the gain elements which is really connected to X of Z. And what about A1, An, etc.? They are all connected to Y of Z. You can see that. That is why this, you can see from the diagram itself, the output is being taken again and it is being added with the input signal. Okay, input signal. That is why you call this as recursive. That is Y of Z is depending upon the past values of your output also. So what is the signal you are getting here? It will be z power minus 1 into y of z. Same way it goes on like that. Z power minus 2 into y of z, like that. It goes on. So I have not done any manipulations. I am using the same. I am using the equations as it is. So this is probably z power minus n into x of z, minus m actually, and this is going to be z power minus n into y of z. So it goes on like that. So you probably can see that this is going to be minus an minus a1 because it is negative. Okay, that is the only change we have to make. Minus a1 minus an. All these b0, b1, bm are all positive in nature. Okay, this is what you call it as direct form 1 type of realization, where I cross multiply my provided function, then I keep my y of z alone and take the remaining terms of y of z, that is z inverse into y of z, z power minus 2 into y of z. Those values I will take to the next to the right hand side. Then I try to realize that equation, that is equation B is realized. Okay, we will take this as equation B, and you can see that this diagram is nothing but the realization of equation B. So what will you get here at this point? At this stage, what is the signal you will be getting? You will be getting this part, B0 into x of z plus B1 into z power minus 1 into x of z plus B2 into z power minus 1 into x minus 2 into x of z plus Bm into z power minus 1. This part is coming here, and that is added with the remaining second part. Okay, this is your first part, and this is your second part. Okay, your second part also comes here after this in this particular point. This one. Okay, this is your first part. So second comes here, first comes here. Both are added and segregated towards y of z, and y of z is realized as what is being described in your equation number B. Any doubts here? This is a very basic structure. We are not complicating anything here. Any doubts here, particularly in this particular slide? Hello, people in the class. Hello, everybody. Nearly 30 students are there out of 31. I don't know why the remaining students are not present. Anyway, but tell me whether you are capable to follow. Okay, whether you are understanding what I am teaching, whether you understood what I am teaching. Okay, that is very important. Are you able to follow this? Because this particular realization plot will be coming there in your filter design also. Once you develop to find your transfer function, you find a discrete filter, you design a discrete filter, and finally the discrete filter has to be realized in a structure. It may be a direct form 2 or form 1 or cascade or parallel. It depends upon the need actually. Okay, you should know how to realize it. That is why I am spending few lectures in this realization part. Are you clear with this slide? Shall I go to the next slide? So let me talk about what we call this direct form 2. Direct form 2 realization. So as usual, you know what is that y of z. Y of z by x of z is always b0 plus b1 z power minus 1 plus b2 z power minus 2 plus etc. bm z power minus m whole divided by 1 plus a1 z power minus 1 plus a2 z power minus 2 plus etc. an z power minus n. So this is your general representation. This y of z by x of z can be written as introducing a dummy variable w of z by x of z into y of z by w of z. I am introducing a dummy variable w of z here. So again, this entire transfer function will be transfer function will be segregated as will be okay, will be utilized as we can say W of Z by X of Z is considered to be 1 divided by 1 plus A1 Z power minus 1 plus A2 Z power minus 2 etc. plus AN Z power minus N. Okay, so your entire system is okay is segregated into two, introducing a dummy variable, and one half is this one. So the remaining Y of Z divided by W of Z will be equal to okay B naught plus B1 Z power minus 1 plus B2 Z power minus 2 plus etc. Bm Z power minus m. Okay, this is the second half. This is the second half. So each segregated part will be realized. If you cross multiply it, what will you get? You will get X of Z is equal to okay. This is cross multiplied here. You will have this one as W of Z plus A1 Z power minus 1 into W of Z plus A2 Z power minus 2 into W of Z plus etc. extended up to AN Z power minus N into W of Z. So it's as simple as that. So you keep W of Z as the output. So the remaining things comes to the next side. W of Z only is kept that left hand side. Okay, this other elements are coming to the right hand side. So X of Z minus A1 Z power minus 1 into W of Z minus A2 Z power minus 2 into W of Z minus etc. minus of AN Z power minus N into W of Z. So if you realize that structure, you will have it like X of Z is the input and your W of Z is the output. So it is going to be X of Z added, which is your W of Z with Z power minus 1 into W of Z. This is multiplied with minus A1. Then you will have another extended delay minus A2. It will be extended. And finally you will get it like this one. So this is minus AN. So this is the first half realization. The first half realization is being done. This equation. Let us say this is equation number 1 for this slide. Equation number 1 for this slide. Okay, in the slide equation number 1. I will divide it. Okay. So this is this part. Okay, here what happens, you can see that it is Y of Z. Y of Z is equal to, you cross multiply everything, W of Z plus B1 Z power minus 1 into W of Z plus B2 Z power minus 2 into W of Z plus etc. plus Bm Z power minus M into W of Z. So the second half of the system, okay, is having W of Z as the input and Y of Z is the output. So what happens here? Your W of Z comes here. So I think this is the point which is coming out. So I will remove this line. Let us say you are trying to realize the equation number 2. Okay, let us say this is equation number 2 in this slide. So W of Z is there. Now you see this is your Y of Z. Anyway, I will try to use a different color so that you will be able to notice down what is actually changing. Right. So let me choose a different color. Maybe okay, right. So this comes, W of Z comes actually. You know that, okay, B naught into W of Z. So you can take this as, okay, you can take a B naught here. This is B naught into W of Z. Okay. Then V1 into Z power minus 1. So W of Z is coming out. So you will have a V1 here. So you add it. Again, you will have an addition term here. You will get an Y of Z this side. And this is going to be V1. This fellow. This is going to be V2. And it goes on up to Vm. Okay, this is extended. Up to Bm it goes like. So you can see that the number of delay elements, particularly, okay, the number of delay elements, particularly compared to direct form 2, is minimized. You can see that here in this particular part. You can see the delay elements are considered to be common. The delay elements are considered to be common. So what happens? What happens? Reduced delay elements. Okay, reduced delay elements are there. There is minimum number of delay elements present here in this structure. Okay, realization structure. So what I do, I introduce a dummy variable. I try to divide that into based on the dummy variable provided. I divide that into 2, and I am able to realize them separately, and I can combine them finally to realize it in a combined fashion, which provides me a reduced delay elements. Is it okay? Is it okay? Hello? No response is coming out. Anyway, let me go to the next structure. We call it as cascade realization. So cascade realization is simple actually. Your H of Z is realized as H1 of Z into H2 of Z, etc., Hm of Z. So the entire H of Z is segregated into subsystems, H1, H2, Hm and all. It may be a first order realization or a second order system. Each subsystem may be a first order or a second order system. It depends upon our provided function. And that is realized as, okay, X of Z will be the input. First one you will get H1, then you will get H2, then it is extended to get your Hm. And the output is going to be Y of Z. So this is H1 of Z, H2 of Z, Hm of Z. Okay, this is your cascade realization. I am not going to dig deeper inside it because every H1, H2, Hm will be realized using direct form 2. So you know how to realize direct form 2, so it is going to be simple. And if you see what is the parallel realization, okay, in parallel realization, what happens here? The input is provided is going to be same. The input provided is going to be same, and this H of Z, okay, will be segregated as some constant plus H1 plus H2 plus etc. plus Hm. Okay, this is realized as a summation term. And C maybe due to the segregation, you may get a constant value there. Okay, a scalar value maybe. So the input is X of Z. So what happens? All the subsystems will get the same input. So H1, you will get H2, get extended up to HM. So you will see that they are added together, and finally you will get your Y of Z. Here or here, wherever it is, but every subsystems are added. Every subsystems are added actually. Yes. I will remove this unwanted line and draw it neatly. So this is HM of Z. This is your C. Okay, so this is your parallel realization part. Every subsystem, and this is achieved by going for what you call this. You can realize this structure based on your partial fractions. From your transfer function you try to realize that in terms of partial fractions. Then each partial fractions will be first order type, most probably first order type. So every first order subsystem is realized in direct form too, and they are connected in parallel to get your total realization. So this is how your parallel realization comes out. Any doubts so far? Hello? In this four realizations, any doubts here? And it realize the given uh, difference equation. Okay, particularly this equation which is governing the IAR system in A direct form 1, B direct form 2, cascade, and D parallel. Okay, and the provided equation is Y of n is equal to minus 3 by 8 Y of n minus 1 plus 3 by 32 Y of n minus 2 plus 1 by 64 Y of n minus 3 plus x of n plus 3x of n minus 1 plus 2x of n minus 2. So this is the equation for what you are supposed to realize the entire system in terms of form 1, form 2, cascade and parallel. Let me start with the solution. And I will consider this equation as equation A. So equation A is Z transformed. So what I will get? Y of Z is equal to minus 3 by 8 Z power minus 1 into Y of Z, okay, plus 3 by 32 into Z power minus 2 into Y of Z plus 1 by 64 into Z power minus 3 into Y of Z plus X of Z plus 3 Z power minus 1 into X of Z plus 2 Z power minus 2 into X of Z. So this is the equation. When I transform that, I am getting it. So as usual, if I am going for form 1 realization, my first case is I will go for direct form 1. You can see that Y of Z is there in the one side and other terms are taken outside. So as usual, my X of Z is in the left side and probably Y of Z goes there. So how it looks like? X of Z plus 3 into z power minus 1 into x of z. So x of z is there. I will have a x of z. Then I have a z power minus 1 into x of z. So for that I need a delay element. And it is multiplied with a scalar value 3. Okay. And again it is multiplied with, it is added with 2z power minus 2 into x of z. So I will have another delay element z power minus 1, which is multiplied with this one. So this is my x of z part. So this is my x of z part. You can see that here. This is my x of z. 3 terms are there. I have used them. Okay, this y of z have 3 terms. You can see minus 3 by z, 3 by 2, 1 by 64. Okay, so again, and every term have. So let us say it is y of z. Y of z, you have a z power minus 1 term. So it is minus 3 by 8. Then you have another term, z power minus 2, multiplied with 3 by 32. And finally you have another term, which is 1 by 64. Okay. So this is your direct form 1 type of realization. You have to mark the orientations properly so that how the signal comes out. So now if you see y of z, this first term comes here and the second term comes here. This is your second term. The second term comes here. You can see that this will give me second term and this entire x of z terms will be grouped here. So the sign of all the gain elements, minus 3 by 8, 3 by 2, everything is as in the equation. It will be similar to that of that in equation. But when you go for direct form 2, the sign of these values will be maybe the both values will be interchanged. We will see that in direct form 2 realization. Anybody have a doubt in this direct form 1 realization part? Anybody has any doubts in this particular form 1 realization? The entire class? Hello, no response is coming out, whether people are there or not. I don't know whether you are following or not. That is my question. So I will take the same problem and I will try to do that in form 2 structure, form 2 structure. So let me realize this as a transfer function, which help me in doing that. So in the second case, it is direct form 2, direct form 2. Okay, so I think I can write that equation y of z plus 3 by 8 z power minus 1 into y of z minus 3 by 32 z power minus 2 into y of z minus 1 by 64 z power minus 3 into y of z is equal to y of z are separated x of z plus 2 z power minus 1 into x of z plus 3 z power, I think this 3 and this is 2, z power 2 into x of z. So 3 into 2, right? So now I try to find the transfer function. So y of z is grouped actually. So y of z is 1 plus 3 by 8 z power minus 1. Okay, so plus minus 1 by 3 by 32 z power minus 2 minus 1 by happens 1 by 64 z power minus 3. Same way x of z is taken common. 1 plus 3 z power minus 1 plus 2 z power minus 2. So I want y of z by x of z. So 1 plus 3 z power minus 1 plus 2 z power minus 2. 1 plus 3 by 8 z power minus 3 by 32 z power minus 2 minus 1 by 64. So this is realized as w of z by x of z into y of z divided by w of z. So first I will take the first half w of z by x of z. Let me w of z by x of z, which is equal to 1 divided by, always you will take like this, 1 plus 3 by 8 z power minus 1 minus 3 by 32 z power minus 2 minus 1 by 64 z power minus 3. So this can be written as w of z. I am skipping one step and I am writing x of z. Okay, x of z. This w of z will be kept this side. The other terms will be taken this side. 3 by 8 z power minus 1 into w of z plus 3 by 32 z power minus 2 into w of z plus 1 by 64 z power minus 3 into w of z. So if I am realizing that x of z, okay, is the input, so x of z will be coming out. Let's say this is your speed. So this is your w of z. So x of z plus or minus, you will have an z inverse term. So z power minus 1, it will be multiplied with negative Gale element minus 3 by 8 will be added, and again you have one more delay. Again you will have one more delay. Right? We will see that this will be 3 by 32 and this will be 1 by 64. So this is your first half. This is your first half. And second half, if you cross multiply that, what is the second half actually? Y of z. Okay, y of z by w of z is equal to, let's say this is my first half, so I will close this one. So y of z by w of z is equal to 1 plus 3 z power minus 1 plus 2 z power minus 2. So y of z is equal to w of z plus 3 z power minus 1 into w of z plus 2 z power minus 2 into w of z. So I can realize that again. So this is w of z, and you know that this is your y of z. So it is w of z. You have two delay elements needed, so I will take two delay elements. Okay, so this is one scalar value and the other one is here. So I add it. This is going to be 3, this is going to be 2. So Y of Z is equal, this is your second part, W of Z, Z inverse, Z inverse. Now I should combine all the, both the uh, realization parts. So this is my Y of Z. We have error coming out. It is very simple. If you practice it, it will be easier. First, try to understand the methodology, then it will be easier. So we have 3 delay elements here. Every time it is creating an issue. Maybe I will go a little slower. Okay, this is another delay element. Then another delay element. This has 3 and 2. This is your W of Z. This is 2. Here, minus 3 by 8. 3 by 32. And the last one is 1 by 64. So you have a summation. Another summation. Here. So this is the signal path. Okay, now you compare for the same system. You are having 3 delay elements here, Z power minus 1 blocks, and in direct form 2, direct form 1, you can see that how many delay elements are there. This side you have a 2, this side you have a 3. So 5 delay elements are there. But direct form 2, the same system has made it reduced. Okay, you can see that it is having only 3 delay elements instead of 5. And number 2, what is the difference here? This 3 and 2 will be available in the left side, okay, this side. And minus 3 by 8, 3 by 32, 1 by 64 will be right on the right hand side. But here it is interchanged. The sign values are remaining as it is, but they are interchanged actually. Okay, so with this 2 realizations for a problem, I wind up today's class. And we will discuss about this same, we will take the same realization and the system, and we will realize the cascade and the parallel by tomorrow. So with that, realization parts will be covered. And we will be discussing about designing of different filters, FIR filter and IIR filter. I have already mentioned this is going to be a vast syllabus. Okay, this unit is a very big unit actually. So every point in this unit is valid actually. If it is a conventional exam, probably in your coming semester, definitely this particular unit will have 2 questions in it. What is 2 questions in the sense? Part B will have 1 question and part C will have another question. There is always a possibility of asking 2 questions in this particular unit. So this is very important. So kindly go through the problem which we have discussed yesterday. Okay, this realization part may also get some questions actually. Rather than designing, you may also get some realization based questions also. So anyway, let us see by tomorrow. And only maybe 16 students have written your internal examinations, which is provided yesterday. Okay, and the remaining have not written. I don't know. It is up to you. It is up to you. If you are writing your exam, you will get your marks. Otherwise, you will get your minimum. That's it. And that will again, those minimum. Okay, those minimum will not ensure you that you will get passed in your final examination. It depends upon you how you learn your your subject, and you are going to face your examinations. I've already insisted. You know what is the decision taken already by the university for the final semester examinations. There are a few students who have not received results so far. It is actually a different case, but it may repeat again for you also. If you think that by doing some work actually I can get my results, I can earn my results, that is not possible, even though it is an offline exam or an online examination. That is going to be a different scenario. It is not similar to that of the previous semester examinations like that. Everybody who is well versed with the subject only will be able to clear the examinations, whether it is an MCQ type or it is going to be a conventional type examination. Okay, I know the constraints which are there available with your online teaching and all. Anyway, that is always there for everybody throughout the state. But university will not give concessions to Saidam Engineering College students alone. Okay, we know the same problem exists throughout the Tamil Nadu. So it is up to every faculty and every student to get better results. They have to work hard. They have to do all the homeworks provided. They have to attend all the assignments. They have to provide all the and write all the examinations provided, test provided and all. Unless otherwise, even you can refer your book and write. That is not an issue for this periodical test, for your assignments and all. You refer your book and write. That is not an issue. But you try to realize that where the concept is, how it is being done. Once you are seeing the book and writing it, at least you will know that where the question exists actually, where the problem exists actually. But without writing a test or an assignment, it is going to be your knowledge is going to be zero, and obviously that will be reflected in your final examination results also. Okay, anyway, that is the final thing I can tell you, because you are all matured enough to know what is happening around you. So I wind up the session today. Maybe we will meet by tomorrow. Thank you very much. See you.